We're back with a Fox News alert. Iran is seeing a massive rise in protests as the White House weighs possible military action in the region.
This comes as Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to head to Israel later this week.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. This would appear to be the first large-scale demonstrations in Iran since the regime brutally cracked down on protesters last month. Reuters was able to verify this video of a protest at an Iranian university, one of many that reportedly broke out over the weekend. The protests mark the 40th day of mourning for those killed by Iran's security forces. And in this footage, demonstrators are chanting, "Long live the king." Iran is facing major pressure from the U.S. to make a deal over its nuclear program. President Trump is considering a limited strike to force Iran to come to the negotiating table.
They've been enriching well beyond the number that you need for civil nuclear. It's up to 60%. They're probably a week away from having industrial grade bomb making material, and that's really dangerous. So we can't have that.
But there are questions over whether the U.S. has demanded Iran to stop enriching uranium entirely. The president insists the program must end, but Iran's foreign minister said last week the U.S. did not make that ask. And Iran's president maintains defiance, saying, "We will not lower our heads in the face of these difficulties. Even though the outside world and global powers are unfairly pressing us to submit, we will not bow our heads." The U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, says this.
The Iranians have been serving up murder and mayhem for 47 years. It's never been directed just in the Middle East. Americans miss this point. They've killed thousands of Americans in this 47 years. They put a contract out on President Trump. There's a person who's been indicted for that. They are all over the Western Hemisphere through their proxies, like Hezbollah, in 12 countries in the Western Hemisphere now.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is heading to Israel this week to update Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the nuclear talks. Griff.
All right, Madeline Rivera, live for us in Washington. Maddie, thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.